I'm really excited. We brought in a ton of kids to kind of shore up the relays that we were looking for our sprint side. And I'm really ecstatic with the kids that we have. So I think we're going to be able to knock out some national qualifiers in the very first meet, which indoor is really unique in that it's before the break and then it's after the break. So I think we'll be able to get one before the break and then come back and be really, really good. So I think I expect to have a contingent at the national meet, and then because it skews a little distance heavy and we're pretty good in distance already, I think we have a chance to do something, maybe sneak into the top 6 teams in the points. Hopefully we can do something awesome like that. He is. So he's finishing up his eligibility. This is his last indoor season, last outdoor season, but for whatever reason, he gets really geared up for indoors. So I'm looking forward to what he can do, and hopefully he can kind of knock the qualifier out at Pitt, and we can just get ready for another shot at nationals for him. Yeah, so it's a pretty long season if you go indoor to outdoor and combine them all together. We'll go to Houston a bunch of times. Texas Southern's being the first one that we go to. They offer some things that not a lot of other meets offer, which is like a 4x8 and like a DMR and stuff like that. So being able to qualify the 4x8 for the NAI National Championship meet is going to be really important to us at that one. And then so we kind of go there. We're going to do a couple more Houston ones, and then we'll have like our up and down 35. We're really close, so we'll be like UIW, Texas State, UT Austin, and then come back and get ready for national or for conference, and that'll be more towards late April. But it looks like it'll be 3 to 4 meets indoors and 5 to 6 meets outdoors besides conference and nationals. Xavier always brings really good competition, and we know that they're going to have some new recruits who we've seen. Huston Tilston last year had like one of the top 4x1s in the entire nation, as well as our conference being really, really good at jumps as well. Like one of the better triple jump conferences in the nation. So I do think that if you can make it here in the sprints jump side, you're really competitive everywhere else. So, HT, Xavier, every now and again, Jarvis will bring somebody out. And I'm just excited to hopefully get back to the top of the podium. We're actively looking for a venue. One of our possible locations is like Gustafson Stadium, and then a few others, Southwest, Antonia, and a few other places. It'll be hosted at a really high quality 8-lane track, all weather surfaces and things like that. So women, we, outdoors, we had a 4x1 make it to nationals, and it was 3 freshmen and 1, I believe this year she'll be a senior. So she was a junior last year, Alondra, and I'm really excited about their potential to just kind of like build on what they did last year and excel even more. On the women's side, we have that 4x1. Nadia Cifuentes was really close to making it to nationals indoors. Not so close outdoors, but I think it'll be a better campaign as far as returning. And then on the men's side, Jose took a red shirt in the outdoor season. I think he would have made the national meet outdoors, but he did make it indoors. So a guy who's been on the stage, I think he'll be able to come back and do something awesome. Nate Rodriguez, but he was 1 second off of the 10K school record at Texas Relays. I think if he gets admitted into Texas Relays this year, he'll blow it away. So like those guys coming back, and then a lot of our sprints are brand new, a lot of freshmen on the men's side and some on the women's side, and then jumps, DJ was really good for us last year. I think he just needed some time to grow, and I do think this year he's gonna do some stuff with the national meet. So I'm really excited to watch that group flourish. But this year we have a thrower. His name is Victor De Los Santos, and pretty good at the shot put and learning a few of the other throws. I know he threw disc in high school as well, but learning weight throw, going to learn some hammer. So I think he's going to be really, really good. He's a big, strong kid, and probably the first throw we've had since I've been here. I know we've had some in the past, but excited to kind of build out the events as we go further along. Who knows, we might get crazy and get a pole vaulter. It'll be really cool. I'm glad that we're able to build a whole track team. Yeah, so David Dada's returning. He's a high jumper. He didn't jump all of last year due to injury stuff, but this is his senior year. I do think he's going to do really, really well. And then we recruited another male high jumper, Shaquille Zahid. And Shaquille has jumped some really high marks in high school. I want to say he's been 6'4", and then in the summertime he went 6'6". So really close to what we need to get to the national meet, and I do think he's going to keep improving. And then on the women's side, we have a girl who's a high jumper who can also do it all. Her name was Katie, and she's coming from Brennan High School in San Antonio. She's going to do really well in the high jump. And then Michelle, and she's from the Valley, and Michelle has already jumped the national standard when she was in high school. So we just kind of need her to do exactly what she did, and then hopefully improve upon that as well. But I do think they're both going to be really great high jumpers. So on the men's sprint side, I think our 4x4 and 4x1 will probably be all freshmen. And that's really exciting, and that they're going to have 4 years to grow with each other and to build camaraderie and just get faster together. But it's also like, as coaching staff, like, we need to make sure our handoffs are clean. They've been from other schools. They may not have been able to hand off to each other before. So a lot of this fall and spring is going to be working there, just ability to communicate and work together. But yeah, almost the entire men's sprint side is brand new. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic to see how they are under pressure and as we get through like prelims and finals and things like that. But definitely some standouts like Jalen Bell, Julian Verastegui, CJ Thompson, a few more. I don't want to leave anybody out, but inevitably I will. Because it's such a big group. It really is a big group that we brought in. Women's distance, Deandra, was our top finisher at the national cross country meet. She's going to be taking a little break before she gets back into indoors, so she'll do indoors after the winter break. But I'm really excited for what she's going to be able to do on the track. Everything that we've done testing-wise has proved that she's faster in cross country now than she was in track over senior year. So we're just going to keep on building on that. And then on the men's side, we do have some really standout freshmen as well, like Jaden and Matthew in distance and cross country. In distance track, they're going to do phenomenal. They were certainly in the top 100 Texas high school seniors for the 2 mile. So hopefully that translates up to like 3K and 5K, and we can really do something special. But all the way around, I think it's the most talented freshman class that I've brought in. And I'm excited. I'm really excited that we were able to build a program in this way, and they can work with our older upperclassmen. So, Orlando's new to the fold, although he was here last year in a part-time capacity, and he's kind of just like had all the chemistry down already. So giving him a whole group to work with has been fantastic. I love seeing what he's done with the hurdles and jumpers, and even he works with our one thrower as well. So really taking on like a jack of all trades, but I really admire what he's been able to do with that group, and I do think that he has some excellent talent in his group that's going to qualify for nationals and be a part of our relay. So Richard and Ruben Davis, the twin hurdlers, I think are going to be fantastic. Joaquin Ramirez from Holmes High School, also really, really fantastic. So Orlando's been awesome, and just seeing him kind of like take on more he's done it so well. So I'm really excited. And he also works with Lauren Perry, who just recently left our program and is now coming back and kind of helping us with some coaching stuff. And she's really working intensively with the hurdlers, and like a lot of her experience is helping them. And I'm really excited to watch her as she grows and eventually becomes the coach who she's going to be at somewhere else. But I'm happy that we can give her a start here. And then Brett Charlton has kind of slid over from when he was mostly working like sprints and jumps last year to now really just focusing on sprints as Orlando's taking over the jumps. And he's done, really, really well. And he's the kind of guy who does his homework all the time, like constantly watching different types of like angles videos and different types of like workouts and just learning like the real nuts and bolts physiology of what's going on and how we train sprinters. So all working together has been, interesting to me because we haven't always had such a big staff before, and one that kind of now intermingles more than before because our groups kind of cross over here and there. So it's been learning for me, but I love it. I love being able to, talk to other coaches who, you can learn from all the time. And then Jazz was huge for us on the distance side, helping us out in cross country. It's not often that you get to see us compete against Division I competition frequently and beat them. So all during cross country season, I made a list that I sent out to my recruits who I talked to this year. And that list was like 15 teams deep that we beat those Division I schools. So I think it's awesome to be able to watch like our small campus from the west side of San Antonio really go and represent something that's just bigger than ourselves and awesome. So I would encourage everyone to come out and watch, the races that they can locally. When we race at UIW, when we race at Texas State, even if you're willing to make the drive and go to UT Austin, that would be fantastic as well. And in the future, if our facility ever gets to the point where we can host, I would hope that I could, throw a little party at this thing. Like, I'd like some music and some food, so that way we can get people there. Because I do think we have something that's really special, and it doesn't come around all that often, so you really want to put eyes on it. And I hopefully we can get on top of our social media and our ability to shoot video and maybe make like a YouTube content or something like that, because I do think that the more people see of this, the more excited they'll get about it. Track and field is really, really exciting once you get the opportunity to actually watch it. So I'm hoping that we can kind of get it to that point.